In this video, I'll be going over how to get everything that you need from Blackboard for Chem 151. So when you first enter in, you'll drop in the first page, which is first day information, and this will be the drop point for the first couple of days of class, or the first week or so. After that, it will default back to the announcements page. So this page has the links to what you really need to focus on the first week. So if all else fails, you could just worry about this first page. So first of all, the welcome video, the video I'm recording right now, will also go here. Enrollment verification quiz. So before you do anything else, make sure you go ahead and complete the enrollment verification quiz. You can either click on it from this first day or click over here where it says enrollment verification quiz. It takes just a few minutes, and this serves as your official entry date for the course to make sure you're not removed for non-attendance by the census date. So just go ahead and get that done. It just takes a few minutes, doesn't count towards your grade. Don't stress about the questions. Just click into it and submit so that you have an attendance date. Secondly, the syllabus. So I went over the syllabus a little bit in the welcome video, so you can click over either here or click over on the menu to the syllabus page. And there's where you download the syllabus and then read through the general policies. After you have read through the syllabus, you will click Mark as Reviewed right here, and it will mark it as reviewed. This takes the place of the old student acknowledgement form. However, so you no longer need to submit this. However, if you have any questions or concerns that you wouldn't have normally put on the acknowledgement form, please feel free to email me. But just clicking reviewed now takes the place, for my class at least, of the student acknowledgement form. Next, the discussion board. So over here is the discussion board, or again, here's a quick link there. Right in the first week, we have two discussion boards. We have a welcome and introductions. So this is for you to get to know your classmates, maybe form study groups, maybe find a lab partner. So I recommend go ahead and introducing yourself. You can include a picture. Just give just a little bit about yourself. Don't just say, hi, my name is so-and-so and my major is Associate of Science. Give a little bit of information about yourself, just to get to know your classmates, and then go back and respond to other people's posts. Just the more you get involved in the class, the more likely you're going to be successful in the class. The second one here is peer-to-peer questions. This is going to be open for the entire semester. So if you have questions that you feel you want to ask another student, like you're having trouble with something and it's something you don't want to ask me, this is a good place to post and ask for questions, or to check out and help your classmates out, since we all know the best way to learn is through teaching. If you are helping somebody else out, you'll probably learn a lot in the process yourself. Assignments. Now, I'll go to the assignment page in a minute, but real quick, I wanted to show you this down here is the semester schedule. So this is the planned schedule for the 16-week semester. If I had to change any of these due dates, I will send an announcement. Most assignments are due on Mondays, with the exceptions of the 20th is, of course, a holiday, so we're going to be having this one due on that Tuesday. And then the final exam is due on a Sunday, but most of these are going to be due on Monday. The lab assignments are listed as well. Some of them are still to be announced, but mostly I try and line up the labs with the content in that chapter. That's why it looks like some of these lab numbers we jump around from lab 5 to 11 to 9, is because I'm trying to line up lab content with what is covered in that particular chapter better. So assignments, when you're ready, you can click here on the assignments page, or over here you can always access it here with the assignments. Real quick, my information under my instructor gives you my contact information, what my office hours are, how to email me, how to call me, where my office is. And then I also have this instructor availability here. This is the sheet outside of my office door for where I'm at. All of these orange ones are when I am in a seated class, and all of my seated classes are in the lab, which is F202. Office hours, I'll either be in my office, which is 110C, or I'll be up in the lab, F202. If I'm not in my office during office hours, I will post a note on my door saying that I'm up in my lab, or for some reason I'm somewhere else, I'll post where I'm at. Anywhere that says AH is administrative hours, which means I'm somewhere on campus that I might necessarily be in my office. But if you need to make an appointment with me and you cannot make office hours, I am also available during those administrative hours. Just send me an email and I'll let you know if I'm available during that particular day. Over to the side here, I also have this link for calendar. This is a quick way of seeing what assignments you have up and coming due. So if you click on the calendar, and it's not going to show me right now, but right here, there should be a link for your class. If you click on that, it'll populate the calendar with the up and coming due dates. Your JCC email, due to FERPA privacy laws, I can only discuss matters about the class and or your grades or attendance with you if it is from your official JCC email. So if you send me an email from a personal email, I'm limited in what I can respond to that. So please make sure when you're sending me emails, you're doing it through your JCC email. My grades, when you go here, you'll see what your grades are in the class. If anything hasn't been completed yet, it'll show as a mark here. If it has, once it has a grade updated, such as a Connect assignment, will automatically populate here. And at any point in time, this weighted total here, that is your current average in the class, is right here, your weighted total. So that will update. And lab assignments, as you submit them, will come in here. They won't be graded automatically, since lab assignments I have to manually grade. But once I grade them, you'll see a grade here, and any feedback I have for you will also be available here. General help, tools area. So in the tools area, you can do things like email your send an email. If you click send an email here, you can send an email just to the other student users. Say if you want to form a study group, you can click on send email and click all the student users, and it will just send an email out to all of your classmates just in this class. And then this is a quick link to the bookstore for purchasing your textbook. Course evaluations will be open at the end of the semester to evaluate and give feedback on the class, what we did right, what we can improve on. McGraw-Hill Connect, this is if you wanted a direct link to the Connect section. Now, after the first time you register, you will automatically just go straight into it each time you click an assignment, so you don't need to go through this link each time. However, it is a good idea to have your Connect section, this link, bookmarked just in case there's something wrong with Blackboard. Blackboard's down, you're having trouble logging into it, you can still access your homework assignments. And then down here, the math tutorial. So in that first announcement I made mention about the math requirements for this class. Because it is a quantitative science, it does require high level of at least math understanding. Now, I'm not going to expect you to be able to do calculus or even college level algebra, but you should be able to do arithmetic and high school level algebra and go in now scientific notation comfortably. If you need a quick refresher, these are tutorials on the kind of things like doing converting units or rearranging formulas, how to use a calculator, how to go in and out of scientific notation. This is a 7-minute video if you can't remember what scientific notation is or you get confused going in and out of it. Also very handy for your very first lab assignment, has questions about scientific notation. If you're not sure, there's a good link right there where a video that I've made for going in and out of scientific notation. The dimensional analysis method of unit conversions, and then here how to convert between parts per million. There's a homework question in your very first chapter 1 homework that deals with parts per million, and a lot of students were confused about it, so there is that great tutorial video right there that will help you in answering questions like that. So now let's go to assignments. Each week you will see the assignment week pop up. You will always have 1 week to complete everything in that folder, so they will appear and they will be due a week later. Old folders will still be present if you want to go back and review, or while you're studying for the test, go back and watch the old videos. They will always still be available. However, the assignment links will no longer be available. So you cannot submit assignments late unless there are some sort of extenuating circumstances, and I've given you permission for that. So the first set of homework assignments is due on Monday, January 14th. Now, that doesn't mean log on and start working on it on January 14th, because this is more than a couple hours worth of work in this folder. This is an entire week's worth of work in this folder. So that's a list of the things in the folder. For each chapter, I have a PowerPoint and a lecture video. Now, this lecture video does not go straight from the PowerPoint because that would be a very long, very boring video if I was just me reading the PowerPoints, but I do use a lot of the examples that are in the PowerPoint slides, so I do recommend reviewing the PowerPoint slides first before you watch the lecture video. But to keep the lecture video short, I skip over things like simple definitions that you can read yourself and focus on the things that students generally can't just learn by reading the definitions themselves. As far as the Connect assignments, the first time you click on any Connect assignment, it's going to ask you to register for the class. If you do not yet have your Connect access code, you can still register for the class. It will still give you access through something called Courtesy Access for the first 2 weeks of the class, but at the end of the first 2 weeks, you will have to submit, or you have to put in that Connect access code. Otherwise, you will no longer be able to access any of your homework assignments. But if you're still waiting on your Connect access code to get here, you can go ahead and at least submit, get started on those. Laboratory submissions, so I have a video here on how to submit your labs, and I'll cover that in the next video, all about laboratory submissions. So that's everything you need for Blackboard. If you have any questions, please email me at rldavis@johnstoncc.edu, and I hope you have a successful semester.